Hello everyone and welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2015. Now that I can actually breathe after that Super Monkey Ball run, I'm going to read a few donations while we get set up for Marble Blast Ultra being run by Norferzlo. We have a $20 donation from Irregular Dave. After having a cancer scare myself, it's awesome to see some like-minded gamers using their terrific talents to help fight the disease. Keep up the good work, ladies and gentlemen. We have a $25 donation from Walter Malone. Thanks for the awesome work you guys are doing. This is a shout out for my best friend Keithers Widya from Lithuania, who is battling breast cancer at the moment. Keep up the awesome work, guys. We have a $25 donation from Recola Machine. Hey AGDQ, wanted to donate my part for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. I recently lost my grandfather to cancer last year, and it has been tough getting through. However, it's guys like you that brings a smile so easily to my face. Let's eradicate cancer. While we're getting set up, I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about who is organizing this event. Awesome Games Done Quick is an event held every year in January featuring members of the Speed Demos Archive and Speedrun's live communities. Speed Demos Archive proudly hosts speedruns of over 1,000 games with forums containing speedrunning planning and marathon discussions. SDA welcomes gamers old and new alike. You can follow them on Twitter at SDA Speedruns and visit their website, speeddemosarchive.com. Speedruns Live is the best site to race video games online against other players of all skill levels. They are also hosting a short series of races starting January 17th titled Get Yourself Speedrunning. You can go to their front page, speedrunslive.com, for more information and to watch a variety of speedrun streams. For more information about Games Done Quick, you can follow at Games Done Quick on Twitter and see information about the event at gamesdonequick.com. And on that website, you can find links to things like various prizes and bid wars and incentives that we have coming up. Again, for the VVV bonus game, wow, we have jumped up to $2,600 out of $3,000. Again, after this game, Marble Blast Ultra, we will have to cut it off. So let's get those donations rolling. We just broke 1,000 in less than like 10 minutes, so we are almost there. We also have, later in the day, we have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. There's a bid war going on for whether to play the Dark Story or Hero Story. Right now, Dark Story is leading above Hero Story by $1,000. So if you want to see Hero Story, you're going to have to put some work in. And another Sonic game that has a bid war is Sonic Heroes. Bid war to decide which team to play. Right now, Team Sonic is in the lead with $675.93, followed closely by Team Rose at $645.92. And then trailing behind by quite a bit are Team Chaotix at $176 and Team Dark at $165. We have a $50 donation from OCD Mortachi. Just came across you guys from friends on Xbox watching via Twitch. Awesome things you guys have going here. Keep up the great work. Can't wait for Zelda runs. Thank you. We have a $25 donation from Airy Axis. Hey guys, Airy Axis here. Games are love, games are life. Great work on this charity fundraiser. So happy to see a great cause such as this going on. Much amazing, such fantastic. Well done and keep it up. Much love.
2, 1, go. So this is Marble Blast Ultra. It was originally for the Xbox Live Arcade. The company actually went bankrupt after selling 750,000 copies, so you can no longer get it. It's kind of unfortunate because it's a really good game, but if you already own the game, you can reinstall it. Basically, the idea is collect any gems on the level and then reach the finish. There's power-ups and you can jump, unlike Monkey Ball.
Yeah, well, there aren't gems on all the levels, but this is the first one we'll see where he's got to collect 4 gems and then get to the finish.
So that meter in the bottom left corner is sort of like your use anytime boost, and that will just slowly fill up over the course of the level.
It's useful for a lot of jumps later on.
Yeah, and what you've probably been seeing him do a lot is he'll do like a wall jump where he runs really fast down a wall. So he'll do it on this one. And then right when you hit the wall, you hit the blast button, and then that'll launch you over this really tall wall.
Nice. That level is actually meant to show you the different textures of the ground.
Yeah, the different
They
kinds
have
of
different
friction.
physics. Yeah. Ice physics on the ice, obviously, and
then the
there's
friction
like more
surfaces.
traction. Yeah, there's more traction on the gray surfaces.
This introduces the gravity modifiers, which are a pretty cool part of the game. And then I can use the boost to get into the finish on the wall
Yeah,
without switching to gravity.
Real quick, right now we're at $2,934 to get VVV added after this game. So that's less than $70 for people to donate before this game is over. We're right there, guys. You can do it.
I'm going to take this a bit slow because these tight surfaces are really hard to do on the controller I use.
I don't think we've done a roll call yet, have we?
I'm Norferzlo.
I'm Zenernicus.
I'm the Josh Nader.
This level I can use, if I get lucky, I can hit the edge of one of these bricks or whatever you want to call them. I didn't hit it, but if you do hit it, you can gain some extra speed and get there a bit faster. The ILs for this game, individual levels, use the game timer, where we run RTA.
Yeah, that changes things quite a bit. Basically, there's those like little hourglasses. Each time you get one of those, it pauses the timer for 5 seconds. So for game time, individual level records, you want to collect as many of those as possible, or at least a combination of those that make your overall game time as low as possible. But here we just want to complete it as quickly as we can in real time, so they make, they have no advantage to collect.
Yeah, so it makes the routing different on a lot of different levels.
Yeah, a lot of levels are capped. The immediate you get time travel, that is your end time of the level, assuming you don't mess anything up. So there's quite a few tied world records in this game. This is the best upgrade in the game, in my opinion. You can basically just fly over a lot of levels with it.
Sort of like a gliding physics type of thing, right?
Yeah, basically you just don't have as much gravity. And you can, any boosts or anything you use with it allow you to go extra high. The upgrades in this level are only used in the multiplayer levels. That's unfortunate.
Can you actually make it up without the
You
boost?
can. There we go.
Oh, I guess
wow.
you can. I wasn't sure, honestly.
You're supposed to use the Mega Marble, which I'll pick up here, which allows you to get through that gap, but you can just jump anyway, and it's a bit faster. And then I can use the Mega Marble to grab that gem without having to drop down. The Instant Blast and the Mega Marble are only used in multiplayer, except for that level. It's kind of a tutorial for anyone who wants to use the multiplayer.
Well, there's a really cool thread on this level. He's going to try and hit off the edge really fast and then launch himself up.
And
Nice.
It's a bit tricky if you hit the
Ooh, that's where he didn't want to hit off the edge. But you'll see him hit off the edge in probably at least like 3 different levels.
Yeah. This level is the easiest tied world record in the game. It has a basic jump pattern that allows you to just jump right to the finish line. You just have to use a boost after the 3rd gravity. That was 0.1 off tied world record.
Well, my first started running, I thought that level was really hard, so I just went slow. I was like, oh, you jump, you do a bounce, and then after the bounce, you jump again. And that's pretty much it.
This level is an auto-scroller. In Marble Blast Gold, which is the older version of this game, you can do a trap launch, which involves getting stuck between the moving platforms and the still platforms. It's not possible in this game, though some other trap launches are, which I'll go for 2. I only expect to maybe
So
get 1.
The glitch is possible in this game, just not in this level.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've tried a trap launch on game before. I was like,
What is different that makes the trap launch?
To be honest, I'm not sure. The physics are just a little bit different in Gold. For the most part, all the stuff is pretty the same, but
I think there is a way to skip most of that level with a head shit.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
it's just super inconsistent.
I've never seen a speedrunner attempt that.
All the ice levels in this game are a pain, because if you go too fast in this game, you basically slide. And you can do that on any surface. Ice just makes it like 3 times worse.
Checkpoint. Super jump.
This level is pretty simple. You just super jump to the end. If you jump before using a super jump, you actually go a little bit higher. Same if you're falling and use a super jump, it just cancels out your speed, which can be used to kind of negate your downward speed and get some gems a bit faster.
This one's a pretty tricky stage.
A very technical movement to get all the jumps.
Oh, I should also mention the jump button in this game can be buffered, and what I mean by that is if you're holding it before you hit the ground, it will still jump as soon as you touch the ground. So you don't have to time every jump as soon as you're about to land. You can hold it in some cases. Makes things a little bit easier.
All the gem levels in this game are pretty difficult. If you miss a gem, you basically lose anywhere from 1 to 5 seconds immediately. Later on, it can be a lot more.
Super jump. Checkpoint.
So here I use the super jump to negate my, or I fall a little bit before using my super jump so I don't go as high, overshooting that gem.
Yeah.
That was,
Checkpoint?
Checkpoint.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that wasn't so bad.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. There are checkpoints on these levels, on some of them at least.
yeah.
Well, it's along the route you go through, you don't use any of them. Those levels are really scary.
Yeah.
You can lose a lot of time.
In the original Marble Blast Gold, there are no checkpoints in the levels.
Super speed.
And most of the levels in this game are taken from Marble Blast Gold.
Checkpoint. Super speed.
Using super speeds in the air is really unpredictable. Unless you know like your exact velocity and your camera angle. It's based on that.
Yeah, it's,
Anytime I use them, I already know, like, I bounce off something specifically to use it.
I'm scared to use them. I honestly just try not to use them at all. It can be really unpredictable.
This is another level where the IL is just instantly capped the moment you get the first time travel.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's just like 2 seconds or 3 or something like that. Ooh.
Whoa.
If you hit that at the right spot, you can bounce up the ramp.
Up to here?
Yeah.
In the individual level, you actually trigger that checkpoint through the floor, and then death warp to it.
Ooh, come on. Nice. That's a good super speed usage.
Yeah, I can't do that at all.
Checkpoint. Super jump.
I need my boost to get just up that little section. Just with the super jump, you can't make it.
Super speed.
Alright, now remember to go to the
Alright,
next set of
send a
levels.
beginner.
Yeah, so that was
Good
the end of the
menuing.
beginner levels. Now onto the intermediate.
So this level is the first time I use a slant to gain extra height with the super jump. Jumping off slants, for whatever reason, gives you more height if you use the super jump right after.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, so just
Super
backtrack
jump.
a bit here and use this little slant right up to the finish.
Yep.
The power-ups in this game are really abusable. You're able to beat a lot of levels a lot faster than they expected. This is a scary level. If
Yeah.
I die on this, there are no checkpoints anywhere.
Nice, got that.
Nice.
Super jump.
Thankfully, the gem hitboxes are a little bigger than you might expect. I would consider them kind of forgiving.
That little,
Oh
oh.
no, what
Oh,
happened?
did you just
It-
forgot to blast?
It ate my jump, or I missed the jump, I guess. That's unfortunate, because that was going really well.
Yeah, this level is really unforgiving, losing time.
Super jump.
I didn't think I was getting it, but I did.
Yeah, it's tough to get that without
There we go.
blasting. Ooh, oh man.
That's why gem levels are a pain. They require more perfect movement. Alright, so that's over.
I usually get about that time anyways.
There is a hidden super speed behind this map. I look at the ground so I know where I am, because I want to hit these ramps at the right angle to get that launch into that checkpoint.
Yeah, in some cases it's faster to hit a checkpoint and then go off the map, respawn where that checkpoint was. So yeah, it's not always bad to fall off the map.
I think an inbounds category would be slower for this game. Just
Yeah.
going out of bounds to die. This level's pretty gimmicky. You just use the gravity modifiers and memorize the pattern. These gems. The next level coming up, this has one trick in it. The individual level strat has 2 trap launches, and they are insanely hard to get just one of them. So
Yeah, the problem with trap launches is just they're very inconsistent, but they can be very powerful when you're doing individual level runs. Basically, you get stuck between a moving platform and a stationary platform, and then it can launch you out at a very high speed. But the direction which you go and the speed which you go is pretty unpredictable, which is why it's...
Yeah.
And even getting it in the first place is,
Yeah,
is a
it's
challenge.
good
it takes a
timing to get
lot
in
of
there.
time.
And then at least to me it seems like it launches you in a random direction, so.
Checkpoint.
So I'm only able to use the boost there because I got a first cycle on one of the earlier platforms. That sucks.
Oh my god. Okay, there's a checkpoint. Good.
You have a habit of jumping off, like if I jump and then hold jump, it'll jump off walls or edges
Oh,
that I don't
right.
mean to, which is what happened there. This level's basically an auto-scroller if there's any donations. The IL for that level is about 20 seconds with the double trap launch. So I wait till 5 seconds here. It puts the moving platforms over here at the proper cycle, so I can bounce right up into this finish.
Nice.
If you miss the finish up there, it's not too bad. You can just float back down. It loses about 2 seconds.
Oh, the finishes, by the way, they have that beam of light going upward, but the trigger to end the levels does not actually extend infinitely above the finish. It's hard to actually tell how far up it goes. You just sort of have to get a feeling for how big the finish region is.
Yeah, there'll be times where I think I'm just even barely hit the top of the finish and then, nope,
Super
dying.
jump.
It's really annoying.
Checkpoint.
This level used to give me a lot of trouble. Anything with ice is
Yeah.
really
Super jump.
hard to control. But that was good.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Solid.
fast.
This level's on a timer. If I get to a certain spot by 13 seconds, I'm fine. And then it's just a jump pattern to get to the end, assuming I don't mess that up.
The reason for that is because he needs to wait long enough for his boost to go high enough.
Yeah, it's got to be at just the right point. As the boost goes up, it gives you a little more blasting power. You each second.
Yeah, there we go.
Will continuously increases. That's a pretty cool trick.
This is another level. Usually you would go down the skeet ball thing and get all the time travels. We just jump right around to the left because we're running RTA, not game time.
RTA stands for real-time attack. Just means like you can count the seconds in real time.
I always like this level. It's a bit weird. I just always like the idea of jumping off these little platforms that you're not supposed to be using. Well,
Or that happens. Okay.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. The next level coming up is a pretty cool level. It might take a couple tries.
Oh yeah, this one's cool.
And you'll see him use a menu to buff. Or you can.
No, not on this level.
Oh, I thought you did it here.
Oh, hit the block.
This is a really cool shortcut though.
The cycles in this level line up basically perfectly for you, so you can bounce right into that, right into the finish.
Nice. Even getting that second try is so much faster than going around the long
Yeah.
way.
I think if you go around, it's about 15 seconds. I'm not a big fan of this level, just because you have to go a very long way each way. Oh, that's not too
Oh,
bad.
checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
Super speed.
And if you die after that checkpoint, you go all the way back to that checkpoint, no matter how far you are. So I always make sure not to overshoot things. It's really easy to slide off this end.
All right, guys, a little update. I know we were having a few problems with our tracker and our donations, but it looks like we are starting to get it back working again. Where we left off, I know we said before we had less than $70 to meet VVV. Now we have less than 50. We apologize for the inconvenience, but you should be able to get your donations in.
So this level has a trap launch, which saves about 45 seconds if you were to get it first try. Again, really, this is one of the easier ones for most people. I always have a lot of trouble with it.
Even the easy ones are still difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really ballsy strategies you can do, but
Gonna go
for
for
us,
a
they're
platform.
consistent enough.
Yeah.
Nice,
So
got
that-
the platform cycle.
Yeah. That platform cycle is only possible if you don't hit the ledge that I jumped at that was near the checkpoint. Another thing to note, the platforms in this game are really buggy. I haven't noticed it yet, but sometimes you'll just randomly start clipping into them. And it really messes you up sometimes.
Oh, we probably missed this, but at the start of this level, you actually pause,
Yeah.
and that basically changes how the pattern of the moving platforms are.
Yeah.
So you can hit different cycles when you get to them.
When you pause the game, it pauses everything except for the starting gate. So you're able to leave the starting gate slightly earlier.
Yeah, maybe like a second sooner.
Yeah.
Then if there's a platform that you could just barely not make, it was really annoying. Now you can make it.
And we'll be
Well,
seeing that later as well.
Yeah, definitely. Most ILs, that's a bad bounce. Most ILs, you don't use that because it's slower in game time.
Checkpoint.
This is not going very well. These, like, pyramids can really mess up your momentum. This is probably the best casual level in the game because it's just going fast down the hill.
Gotta be careful not to overshoot here.
I'm gonna undershoot it. Oh,
Yeah, you
bad.
get going.
Oh no.
You get
Ah.
going really, really fast, and then you just can't really control what way you're going. Because I feel like when you move your joystick in a direction, it like accelerates you in that direction at a constant rate. But if you're going really fast, you can't like slow down or turn any faster. You just sort of out of
Yeah.
control.
This has a really cool strat on it. I doubt I'll get it, but we'll see.
Real quick, right after I made my previous announcement, the incentive for VVV was met, so we will be playing VVV after Marble Blast is finished. Thank you guys so much for all your donations.
So where I died at the start, you can actually hit that edge and pop right up to this second floor. If you don't hit it, you don't lose any time because you just trigger the checkpoint and die.
I think it saves maybe 20 seconds or something
Yeah,
like that.
10 to 20, depending on what kind of bounce you get. This level is really easy to get lost in if you don't know where you're going. Just because there's a bunch of gravity modifiers in like an enclosed space.
I think this is also the first time we finish a level with the upside down gate,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Super
You can
jump.
go through the finish line with the world in any orientation.
Yeah.
So using the super jump and the boost there, I can basically counter my gravity speed and just get right into the end zone without having to flip around the entire map.
This is a map where bumpers are actually useful. I think there was one map earlier in the beginner stages, but again here, hitting the top of them will send you upward
Super speed.
and result in some good shortcuts.
Ooh, nice launch.
Nice, that was a good one.
That can be a tricky level.
Yeah, no checkpoints. You lose a lot of time if you don't do that.
Yeah, if you fail that, you lose about 20 seconds. It's another level, it's pretty short, that you just use the gyrocopter to fly over everything. Again, a reason because it's the best upgrade.
Gyrocopter.
I use the starting platform. There's a little ramp on the edge. Oh, that's a weird bug.
Oh yeah.
If you hold jump, it makes that
I hate
annoying
that
noise. But yeah, I use the starting platform to kind of bounce off the little slant that's on it to gain a bit extra speed. I use that in a couple levels. I paused at the start again to delay this elevator
cycling.
cycle so I can make
Yeah,
it
that-
after getting the gem a bit easier.
That elevator's impossible to make, I think, unless you do that.
You can make it, it's just really, really tight.
Can you?
Super jump.
Yeah. The shadows in this game and like reflections are actually fake. If there's something above you, it'll like, the shadows will draw beneath the platform as well, not just on the platform below you. It's kind of weird. Oh, that was,
Ooh.
see if I can get it. Gonna have to go back down.
Oh, I guess you can write it back.
If you hit anywhere on this slide after that, you end up dying usually. But if you hit the white part, or am I gonna make it?
You're gonna make
Okay.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If you hit the white part, you can basically bounce right up. I kind of misjudged how fast I was going. Oh, I just started.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Oh. Oh yeah, that was all the intermediate
Yeah.
stages. Okay.
On the hard levels.
This is where the run gets really fun.
Super jump.
So there's a hidden super jump behind there. Allows us just to get across there and use the other super jump right into the end.
This is always been my favorite level for some reason. Just because I've noticed that you could do this jumping pattern at the beginning to skip that whole first section.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get a high IL time on the leaderboards. For some reason, everybody knows of this strat.
Yeah.
And the only way to make it speed up is to hit a really precise like slope and get a bit extra speed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a hard strat on this level. Basically, I preserve the super speed rather than using it to get up this ramp. And then if this cycle is nice to me,
Yeah, that is a hard strat.
I basically have to hit that edge and pop up. That puts me at a good angle to use the super speed in the air.
Super speed.
There we go.
Nice.
And then these pistons will hopefully be nice. Each piston has its own speed. I'm getting
Yeah, they're
a little
really
bit trolled. There we go.
All right.
If you hit the right piston, you can go right in. If you hit the wrong one, you can hit an edge and just like fly off the map. It's really annoying. I don't think I ever mentioned this, but if you jump a lot, ooh, that was all right. Where am I?
Yeah, I don't think you were meant to hit
Not
that.
not used to hit the checkpoint. I mean, usually the level lower. Using my boost there, usually if you use a boost and then hit a checkpoint, you don't keep the boost. Since I use the boost as I hit the checkpoint, I preserve it when I death warp.
Checkpoint.
This level has a, a lot of routes in it. Just because it's such a large level.
Gyrocopter.
All the gem levels have a lot of really cool strats for different routes that you can do. They're using the gyrocopter, and then the super speed I can fly right up to the end. That avoids using, there's some elevators that you can use. This level has a trap launch, though I'm not going to go for it because I've actually never gotten it out of, I've probably tried it for only a couple hours, but so it's an auto scroller if there's any donations to read.
Absolutely. We've got a bunch of them after our tracker catching up with everything. We have a $25 donation from Savant. Let's kick cancer and get some VVV in the house. We have a $25 donation from Daniel. Lost my girlfriend's father to kidney cancer 2 years ago on Tuesday, and girlfriend's aunt 2 days ago after Thanksgiving. This is to honor them. Thank you. We have a $100 donation from Memio2. Always love watching the runs. Keep up the great work.
I have gotten trolled a lot by those blocks hitting me, just messing up the timing of that
Also,
jump.
those wooden bars going across are also solid, and you can get killed by them.
Yeah. This is another level where I have a habit of overshooting things like that gem there.
Super jump.
I use my boost to get across here because I need the super jump to get up to the last gem here.
We'll use the angle.
Oh,
Super jump.
there's
It's
another
alright,
one,
there's
thankfully.
a backup. There we go. But yeah, I wait a little bit to use the super jump there again, just so I don't go too high. I think this level is the one where the IL is the most different from the RTA. Just because this level is capped the immediate you get the super speed, or the time travel, just like a lot of other ones.
There's actually a really
Super
weird
jump.
super jump coming up here.
Yeah.
You can actually like jump up from the wall, come back onto the platform.
Yeah. If you have a lot of speed and you're parallel to the wall in this game, you actually can stick to the wall. I found a way, if you just hold forward and bounce off the wall before using the super speed there, you don't have that issue.
At the beginning of this one, he was just waiting for his boost so he could jump up and hit that checkpoint from underneath.
It is possible without the boost, it's just less consistent. And it's not worth like 2 seconds it saves. There we go.
Alright.
Those things come down if you sell them too long.
Yeah, I
was
don't
a
even know if
little
you could
nervous.
tell because we couldn't really see them after you pass them, but yeah, they dropped their trapdoors. This is a really cool strategy. There's these 3 speed boosts in a row.
Super speed.
Nice, that looked good. So he used 2 of them and then picked up the 3rd one without using it. And then he's going to use it here on these ramps to launch right to the exit.
Bouncing off that ramp gives me the perfect angle into the end zone. It's actually really consistent. I'm gonna go for the trap launch on this once, maybe twice. The best I've ever gotten this is like a 1 in 5.
Wow.
Basically, you have to get stuck between the moving platform and that block there, and you can launch all the way to the end.
Oh, we got a little bit of a
A little bit of a launch, but not quite. Hopefully, I'll get the next level. It's Battlements. This again is an auto scroller if there's any donations.
All right. We've got $20 from Pikmin Lover 72. Hey guys, this is my 4th AGDQ watching, but this year was the first year I could actually donate. So take this $20 and put it toward the VVVVB game, and let's kick cancer's butt. We have $50 from Haynes. Loving the run so far. Great to see gamers working together for a great cause and having a blast along the way. Thanks. We have $10 from Warbeard. Used to play this game all the time on when the 360 first came out, and it's awesome to see it played so well. Awesome job, and let's kick cancer's butt.
There we go. You can bounce right into the end zone. I just messed up a little bit. So this level has actually 2 trap launches. The IL uses these moving things at the start, and the falling like platforms there to trap launch, and it's about a 4-second IL. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he got one, but it wasn't. It didn't launch him upward, which is what he needed. I guess you can. No. Oh, you got a checkpoint. Good.
Yeah, I gotta check one with you. This trap launch is probably the easiest, even though I still only get it about half the time.
Yeah, that's really good.
And you got a burst of speed this time. It was just happened to be sideways instead of
Yeah.
up, so it didn't work for the shortcut.
The thing I mentioned earlier about sticking to walls, if you have a lot of vertical speed, it actually really helps in that level, because it'll just funnel you straight up. You gotta take that jump. I use a death warp here. If you trigger a checkpoint and die that's on the different gravity, it instantly changes the gravity for you, so you don't have to find a gravity modifier.
This part's cool.
Nice finish.
That's a bit tricky. It's just a tight angle to get in. If you fail it, you usually land and you only lose like 4 seconds.
And one thing to mention on these, to build up a lot of speed, you want to like jump on the low part of the half pipe.
Alright.
If you jump up near the top, it will like send you off that half pipe and you lose speed. But if you do near the bottom, then you can push jump really, really fast and then just build up a lot of speed.
This level's a bit interesting. I think this is the only level that uses... Oh, I missed that
What?
jump. I'm just gonna restart. This is the only level that uses like these curvy platforms, which is kind of a good thing because they're a bit awkward to use. A lot of them have little bumps in them that can pop you up in really inconvenient situations. And then there's a gyrocopter under here that I can use to grab this gem and boost all the way up this way.
Very nice.
I actually found a strat. The sign that I just passed, there's a little, like one of those little like notches like that one in the floor. If you get the perfect height, you can actually grab the gem, bounce off that, and go right up to the finish. I've only gotten it once, and that was the first time I thought of trying it.
Edge hit.
Oh, nice save. Sometimes you can get that. Oh, okay. Well, get to do it again.
Walking on these little beams is kind of difficult. This is probably the hardest, or one of the hardest casual levels. The hardest is definitely the last level.
Super jump.
The next level coming up has a really precise jump pattern. If I get the right speed, I can do a launch to the end.
I've heard this is the one he's practiced the most.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Time travel.
And that's
Looks
it.
good. Yeah.
Nice.
We should clap for that one, I think.
It's relatively consistent once you get it down, but the slightest mistake and you can't get the right speed.
It's like 5 or 6 jumps in a row that all have to be really precise. Or just snowballs and you completely miss it.
This is threefold race. One of the levels earlier is threefold maze, and they're actually the same level, just with different gems, gravity modifiers, upgrades, and starting position, and ending. So I have to wait to use my gyrocopter there, so I can pick up some speed. And that allows me to basically skip going up all those platforms there.
Yeah, those gray ramps would be very slow to travel up without any sort of power up.
Yeah. Like crawl up them basically.
This is one of the most fun levels, probably one of my favorite.
Yeah, this is one of those redirected speed boosts
Yeah.
tricks.
The par time in this level, I believe, is like 3 minutes or something.
Speed.
It should take about 11 seconds, or 14 maybe. Yeah.
Nice.
Hitting that edge basically puts you on the perfect angle. After that, it's just all the speed that you need. This is the last auto stroller and the second last what?
What?
Oh my god. That sucks.
My Xbox froze. I'm gonna have to restart it.
Oh, I guess.
Well,
All right, sounds good. There are some pretty
we
cool
can show
ones.
up the trap launches then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that starting?
Has
All
that
right.
like happened occasionally to you in the past?
So I talked to Mr. Monopoly, who does ILs for this game, and he said that he's had it crash when he tries the trap launch. But I didn't go for the trap launch. I've never had it crash just right off the
I've
start.
never seen that happen.
The good thing is he can start right back at that stage because you don't have to like unlock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Hashtag that has literally never happened before.
Yeah.
I've had it crash once today trying to do the trap launch, but I've never had it crash before that and never had it crash without trying the trap launch. So I'm not sure why that happens. That's the only level in the game I've heard of the game crashing.
Oh, okay.
I've gotten the game down to where it's running really, really slowly, and my game freezes for 40 seconds, but I've never had it crash, except for this.
All right. And we're back. Oh, this is another auto-scroller level.
Yeah, so if there's a donation or two to read.
We have a $25 donation from Chimera 11. Hey Norferzlo, after looking at the schedule, I immediately knew your Marble Blast Ultra Run was one that I couldn't miss. I have many fond memories of the multiplayer, but no one ever seems to remember the title. I put my money towards the Gimmick Full Ending Run, another great, relatively unknown game.
The multiplayer in this is quite good. Oh, come on. I'm not sure why that's been happening to me recently, just not getting enough hype. Kind of unfortunate, these cycles. But yeah, the multiplayer in this game, basically you run around a map with a bunch of other people and collect gems. Different gems give you more points, and there's a bunch of power-ups that you can use to knock each other off.
Yeah.
It's
like
quite
remember
fun.
that power-up that made his marble really big? You can basically be like a giant sumo wrestler and shove people out of the
Super
arena.
jump.
What? I don't understand why this is not working.
This is the most annoying auto-scroller.
This run was on a really good pace until this.
Oh, and one thing we should probably talk about before the run ends. What he's using is an unmodded controller, and there's also a modded controller. Basically, what a modded controller would do is if you have your joystick diagonally, like you're not looking where you're going, you have it at a 45-degree angle, then you accelerate faster.
What's happening?
I have no idea. I'm just gonna take the platform a bit further.
The IL runners use that, but for Speedrun, we play with unmodded controllers because
The game is programmed to let you go diagonally a lot faster than you're able to with the Xbox controller, just because you physically can't move the control stick that far. Modded, basically you cut a hole in your control stick to allow you to move it that far. And it saves quite a bit of time and makes a lot of
Super
strats
jump.
possible. I'm just gonna ride this to the end because this is ridiculous. If you're interested in this game, you should check out MarbleBlast.com. They have leaderboards for Marble Blast Gold, Marble Blast Platinum, which has all the maps of this game ported into Gold, or remade rather. And they have a bunch of custom levels.
is that just for individual level? Did that said before?
Again, with the weird bug.
I don't like that noise.
So here's the last level, and by far the hardest. So good luck on
The
that.
level name is Schadenfreude, if I pronounce that correctly. That one, yeah. If you... Basically, the name of the level is Pleasure from Other People's Suffering. It is by far the hardest level in the game, casually at least.
All right.
Speedrunning, it's still one of the harder ones.
Well, I hope this level gives you Twitch people something to enjoy with them suffering from dying. Actually, I don't hope that.
Hopefully
but
it doesn't.
that might happen though.
Alright, this is the hardest part of the level. Alright, oh,
no.
I had too much boost.
Oh,
Usually I use my boost a bit earlier, but I didn't need to there. There we go.
all right.
And then we can finish just under that. That's
Yeah,
time.
that's
time, by the way.
Sorry.
We should
Sorry
have
for the
told
no
him
warning. Yeah.
That's a bit late
to
on
be
that.
ready.
Are we still ahead of schedule? Can I show off?
Yeah, we're going to take a few minutes, and Norferzlo is going to show you off a bunch of cool stuff in this game, so stick around.
So this is the trap launch that I missed in my run. It shouldn't take too many tries to get.
Oh, what was his
That-
time?
Yeah, it was 30 minutes. Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Oh, so 40. That's good.
Considering I spent like 3 minutes on an auto scroller. Oh, that's
Whoa.
that's a launch in the wrong direction.
So it could be pretty crazy where it launches you. he might
That
go out
is
bounds.
really high.
Oh my god. Wow.
And
Okay.
so if you go too far, you go out of the draw distance of the map. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing to note about this level,
Yeah.
the out of bounds of this level to like where it considers you out of the map is basically a box without a top. So you can go as high as you want as long as you're within the axes of the map.
Oh.
That would probably not.
You don't want to spend 10 seconds falling.
This is a weird launch that a lot of people don't know about.
What?
Basically, it's a trap launch without getting trapped,
Oh, that's weird.
and it's a bit tricky to get. I was gonna do it in the run, even though it loses a bit of time. Yeah, for some reason these aren't aligned properly, and for some reason, if you go really slowly, you can get a launch here. Ah, come on. This is so annoying. Going really slow on Xbox controllers is kind of annoying. PC, like running this on PC is a lot easier to get trap launches and precise movements. Give it a couple more tries.
One thing about running on PC is you can't do the pause buffering thing, I don't think.
In Marble Blast Gold, there is a similar thing using screenshots, which basically it does. I'm not exactly sure how it works because I haven't run Marble Blast Gold, but they are working on. There is a segmented run of this game done by the world record holder. His Xbox name is Death Pony, and his YouTube, I believe, is Arnooms.
That's segmented. I don't think you can do tool assist.
No. They are working on modding. I can't get this for some reason. They are working on modding the Marble Blast Gold to have a tool assisted. I believe they've uncapped the frame rate already, and they just have to build tools. Right. Basic idea is I do this and I launch.
How high does it normally
We've been
sound?
trying this for 2 minutes.
You can get all the way up there.
Wow.
Another weird thing, but I'll just skip that because I'm not sure why I can't get it right now. Another weird thing, they have some weird design flaws in this game. This level specifically, I was just messing around and I noticed that if you get up here,
Oh. Okay.
the textures are a bit broken. They kind of overlap and it can't decide which to draw.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of, I'm not sure why this is a thing, but and I don't think I have much else to show. There are Easter eggs in every level.
Oh, right.
There's, I believe, 20 in the game, or 24, I'm not sure.
I don't know. So there are speedruns just to collect all the Easter eggs. That can be pretty fun.
That's the Easter egg right there in the top right. And some of them are pretty tricky to find.
Yeah, they like to put them in tough to reach places. Or tough to see places.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's that. That was Marble Blast. If you liked it, check out marbleblast.com. There's a lot of runs there.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Also make sure to check out the segmented run on YouTube because it is insane.
Yeah, it's
there's
really
a
good.
lot of different
Yeah.
strats. Almost every auto-scroller is skipped with a trap launch or an edge hit of some sort.
Yeah, it's a completely different game with all those really ballsy strats that you can do.
A lot of ILs in this game are super optimized. Anyways, thanks.
Anyway.
All right, while we set up the next game, we are going to run a quick commercial and we will be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2015. Right now, we are setting up VVVVVV. Thanks to you guys and your awesome donations, we were able to add this into the schedule. While we get that set up, we had a bunch of donations come in. I realized we had some issues with the tracker, so it is finally catching up with them. We have a $25 donation from Asmael, first-time donator. Lost 2 aunts to cancer, so this is personal. Thank you for all the things you do, have fun, and most importantly of all, save the animals. Also, if I can get someone to say, in this room to say the German tongue twister, I'll donate some more later during the event. I speak no German, but here we go. Der Potsdamer Postküchenmeister putzt den Potsdamer Postküchenkasten mit Potsdamer Postküchenkastenwachs. We have an $80 donation from Nick332. Just wanted to donate before work. Been into speedrunning for 2 years now. Keep up the work, runners. We have a $100 donation from Skybreather. You're all amazing and deserve happiness. Even you guys reading the donations. Oh, thanks. You don't need to tell me to tell you to keep fighting the war. It's an honor. Thank you very much. We have a $25 donation from Respion. Just got done with Zeldathon and now on to AGDQ.